have nothing against romance. I like to be wooed. I welcome it. I even like certain traditional romantic gestures. For example, I love to receive flowers. There's no surer way to my heart than to bring me a bunch of peonies. But there are some lovey-dovey gestures that I cannot stomach, things that seriously should have been edited out of the romance handbook. So guys, if you're going to attempt to woo me, and you are, aren't you? Please, pretty please, don't do the following things. 1, please don't pick me up. 2 things might happen. 1, you might not be able to pick me up because I am heavier than I look and you are not as strong as you think you are. And 2, I will think you are a total cheeseball for even trying. I am completely capable of walking by myself. The only time I don't mind being picked up is when I'm making out with some really tall man and he lifts me slightly off the ground, almost like I'm levitating from horniness. 2, please don't scatter rose petals on my bed. My sheets and duvet cover are from Dwell, and they cost more than the roses you just slaughtered. Rose petals stain when they're mashed into fabric by 2 sweaty bodies fucking on top of them. Not that we'll be doing that, because you'll be busy cleaning up the foliage while I watch with my arms crossed. 3, please don't get in the bathtub with me. First of all, I rent, which means I'm stuck with the bathtub I have, which happens to be on the small New York City apartment size, so we won't comfortably fit. But even if we did, even if we were sitting in the world's largest bathtub, I still don't want you in there. Those are my time to be quiet with only myself, Dan Savage's podcast about anal sex, and a glass of wine to keep me company. You and your penis, which is floating to the surface by the way and bobbing in the water like a sad, lonely tree branch, are a distraction. 4, please don't buy me a year's supply of chocolate. When I was 12, my dad gave me a 20-pound bar of chocolate for Valentine's Day. It took at least 6 months to chip away at and eat in its entirety. I haven't really had a sweet tooth since. 5, please don't serenade me with a song that you think is romantic but actually isn't. When you strum your guitar and sing me a song that is actually far less romantic than the name implies, like say, "You've Really Got a Hold on Me," the gesture might be sweet, but I'm left to conclude that you're not very smart at analyzing song lyrics. As I'm here to help, may I suggest, say, G-Lovin' Special Sauces, Give Me Some Lovin' as a replacement? A guy once sang that to me, and I loved him for 3 whole years after that. 6, please don't set the scene by lighting an insane amount of candles. Maybe it's because I once had a scare and almost died post-coitus in a fiery inferno. Okay, exaggerate, but a guy once lit more than a dozen candles to set the mood, and then he forgot to blow them out before we passed out. I woke up suddenly in the middle of the night because hot, burning wax was pouring down on my foot. Blisters? Not romantic. 7, please don't feed me. Are we role-playing Baby Bird and Daddy Bird? Of course not. I think it's nice that you want to give me a bite of your food. Sharing is caring. I appreciate that you're letting me use your fork so that the flavors don't mingle with the ones on mine. But just hand me the fork and I will pop that delicious morsel in my pie hole all on my own. I mean, I'll make exceptions if we're at home eating, but if we're eating at home, aren't we probably eating the same thing? I mean, I suppose we could have ordered Chinese takeout, but then we were probably eating family style anyway. And who eats an entire carton of lo mein on their own? Huh. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us next time for another episode of Funny Girl Sex Guide.